All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in DayZ, and we're talking about the 1.11 patch that's coming through. It's an experimental. We're going to go over some of the changes and what this means for the console players, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the next generation consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Series X and the Series S. So let's go over some of these changes. Look at these Zambrinos. What's up, buddy? Oh, finally, no more potato aim. Well, we'll see on the next shot, right? Yep, see, potato aim. Told you. Okay, so let's go over the changes. What this means is, when things are in experimental, we do have them now on PC, and there will be experimental branch over on the Xbox. Now, until PlayStation has a program where they allow such a experimental type branch to happen, they don't have it. But just know that when it passes certification, it's coming to everyone. So it's not like you guys are being left out of the actual patch itself. It's just the build up to the actual release, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. Let's go check it out. Well, first there was a tweet, and I apologize. I think I'm a little late on this. It said experimental servers are planned to go offline. For the Xbox, they should be back within approximately 1 hour. Now, as far as the way these things work, the experimental version usually moves quicker, and there's more iterations on the PC. And then you'll see it sometimes have iterations on the Xbox, but not typically. There's usually one major, and then we can play it, and then all the subsequent smaller changes go into the PC, and then they get certified for PlayStation and Xbox. Anyways, here we go. Let's do the changes. There it is. Okay, here we go. Added new textures for the static abandoned M3S truck. Added abandoned truck parts for the M3S. Starting a vehicle engine will now slightly deplete the battery. Those of you that can actually drive, I know really high pop servers right now have a problem with lag, even if you're on the next gens. But just keep that in mind right there. So it looks like battery charging is going to be a thing. Added flags of the winners of our base building contest. Garden plots can now be removed with shovels and pickaxes. Fixed an exploit. Well, we're on to the fix now, obviously. Excuse me. Fixed an exploit to look and glitch through walls. We've had a lot of people report on that, saying that's been an issue, and I think that might have something to do with people phasing in and out of walls as well. So that's nice to see that they're addressing that. So, yeah, thank you. Plants cannot become infested. I'm not sure what that is. Is it just them getting rotted? I'm not sure. Fixed a server crash related to pulling corpses out of vehicles. Fixed a crash, a game crash connected to item attachments, i.e. I think we ran into any of those. Player can no longer execute certain actions with when their legs are broken. I think we see a few of these. The player can no longer dance with a broken leg. That's funny. Preparing mackerels and carp did not stain the player's hands with blood. Oh, it does now. An applied splint would disappear if the player's inventory was full at the moment of healing was completed. That's oddly. Okay. The pumpkin helmet was shining when ruined. Flares shot by the flare gun often disappeared inside of objects. The glow of the flare was immense and was seen from up close, now scaled with distance. Getting out of a car could result in the character appearing on the roof when an object was on the exit position. Very, very odd sentence, but yes, I think I know what they're saying. So basically, we're not going to clip through the roof, I would hope, because we ran into that as well. Man, there's that aim. Woo! All right, what do we got? The inventory of improvised shelters can be accessed from the closed-off sides. That's cool. Infected could hit the player through shelters and tents. Infected could enter closed-off containers, variants 2A and 2B. I'm not sure what those are off the top of my head, but I would imagine. Were they residential or industrial crates, possibly? Because I think on the milli crates, they could definitely walk into. The wrong particle effect was displayed when hitting infected with a pipe wrench or lug wrench. Adjusted collisions and occluders of buildings against unwanted behavior. That's definitely more dev side stuff. Remove collisions of low-hanging tree branches for better navigation. An exploit allowing players to get infinite plant seeds. I don't think anybody really tried to do that, but we did see that one. Frying pans and cooking pans would disappear from fireplaces upon server restarts. Hopefully that fixes the one with attachments to stoves. as well, like the camping stove. The inventory of the M3S truck did not refresh after removing attached containers from it. Okay. The dashboard on certain vehicles would disappear after certain actions. Ruined hatchets would show the wrong texture. I mean, that's good they fixed it, but it's not mission critical, right? I mean, we kind of know when it's broken because it's got the red. The contents of fireplaces would not always be displayed correctly in the world. I think we ran into some of that too. The indoor fireplace could sometimes get wet during rain. That sucks. Landmines were not dealing damage when placed in doorways of specific houses. I'm going to go ahead and link the video now. It's called Mom Was Wrong Again in the upper right-hand corner. I think that's what happened to me, but that's kind of old if that's the case. That's the only time I've walked over a landmine and took it and actually got up from it. So that's kind of interesting. So maybe, it's an older video, but we definitely ran into it. Barbed wire could block the damage of grenades. Sounds were missing when skinning some tools. It says it was possible to build overlapping fences and watchtowers. I don't know if that means stack. I know we've seen massive tower stacks, which are kind of cool because in a way, it was a way to expand the building system, but I know it's been a big thing with like dupers and stuff. Oh, whoops, I just hit spacebar. So I know it's associated with that, and I don't condone duping or anything, but real talk, it was kind of nice. So I don't know if that means, basically is what I'm saying. So you'll watch us play it on the Series X. We'll be playing the experimental version, so we'll let you guys kind of know, so you guys can join us on stream and stuff. And if we find anything good, we'll make a video on it too. Why not? All right, let's get back to the list because we have quite a bit to get through. Swapping materials attached to base objects could trigger a desynchronization. Oof, desync bad, desync bad. Fixed a player, that's good that they got that. Fixed a server error when checking the pulse of a disconnected player. The battery charger is no longer heavy, that's awesome. The battery charger could not recharge car and truck batteries, that's fixed. That's good, because we have the depletion happening now. Placed a connected battery into the inventory, would not disconnect it. Yeah, I could see an exploit on that. It was possible to use items placed in attachment slots for crafting operations. Entering a vehicle with a chem light or road flare turned on would ruin them. It was problematic to open and close certain vehicle doors when in third person. I think we ran into that for sure. It is no longer possible to cut a raincoat into armbands when the inventory isn't empty. Oh, so that would probably, okay, that would like wreck it. I don't think we ever did it because I'm so tight on loot. Attempting to throw a handheld plug device would unplug it, preventing it from being turned back on. I mean, that's kind of it's the same exploit as the other stuff, but it's kind of in the reverse. It doesn't really help. It's good, it's fixed. Here's some more. Slicing a rotten pumpkin produced edible pumpkin slices. So, yeah, when they split and create the offspring, they, that's fine. We're seeing more of this here. Preparing spoiled fish would produce edible fish. Players were unable to remove some car parts from close range. The engine belt was displayed in the ADA 4x4. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean we have more parts? I mean, it's already pretty hard to put together a car. And I feel like it's just hard to navigate a car on a base PlayStation or Xbox. Am I wrong? You can do it, but it's pretty rough. You're basically playing this RNG game of like, am I going to hit a pole or not in game, right? So anyways, it was possible to craft a long torch from a sharpened stick with food attached, causing food to disappear. Item splits in the inventory of truck would appear below it. Items were appearing on the roof when swapped. Then while inside specific buildings. Say what? Items were appearing on the roof when swapped? Oh, okay. So like maybe fireplaces? Man, that's such a weird sentence. I'm sure it makes sense, but and plus I can't read. It was not possible to open cans that were upside down. What? Upside down while in full inventory? Oh, would that be like swapping it? I think it's more for PC because we have Tetris here. Character hand slot became broken after exiting the vehicle in the water. See, oh, bro. Okay, not broken hand. Okay. The slot. Okay, I got it. Endless white cable appeared after placing a spotlight. It was possible to sometimes light a fireplace underwater. The stuff that people come up with cracks me up. Updated the tarp fabric durability. By the way, we're into change now. Updated the tarp fabric durability textures in inventory view. More tools can be used to slice pumpkins. Thank goodness. Please tell me we can do it with a crowbar. Please, please, please. That is our go-to planting. Well, not really fruit, right? I don't know if pumpkin's a fruit, but you know what I mean. Planting stuff at like city places where you spawn has been a lifesaver. So I hope so. I mean, I hope it's a crowbar and some other stuff. Anyways, more tools can be used for pumpkins, yada yada yada. Reduce initial velocity of the 5.5645 millimeter ammunition by 9% to match real values. Barbed wire and fire can now deal damage to infected and animals. That's interesting. We could do some cool stuff with that in game. Deployed barbed wire can only be dismantled from the inside of the fence and watchtower. That is huge. So it actually works as it's supposed to. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so they took away some of the exploit stuff that, you know, was expanding our building, but that's so good. So when you've got or barbed wire, excuse me, getting all shorthand on you. Oh, that's so huge. That's massive. Oh, you know, I read through these earlier, but I missed that, and it's really sunk in now that that's huge. You have to be inside. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. The fireplace now warms a larger area, with the maximum heat reaching further. Lowered the maximum heat of the fireplace and updated the credits. Central economy. Here's a couple here. Reduce the amount of ammunition and magazines. Really? What else do we have here? The deagle and revolver now spawn in towns only. Tweaked repeater tiers adjusted from tier 1, 2, and 3 to now tiers 2, 3, and 4 in Chernarus. Batteries won't spawn with a full charge. Ooh. Spawn points on land castle stairs. No look. Maybe it's clipping. And bear pelt was missing. Server issues, launcher, and some modding things here. Consoles. The Xbox experimental disclaimer was not available in Brazilian Prologue. The info widget, in the vicinity did not pop up consistently. Tent doors were missing collision after their destruction. Inventory interaction hints were not shown properly on items with quantity sometimes. Okay, so. Alright, so that's what we're looking at for 1.11. Let's see the build number right now. 1.11, 153,686. I'm sure we'll have a couple sub-iterations, but from here on out, things are looking pretty good. They're addressing the massive exploit. I don't know if there's going to be, I know someone's going to ask, I don't know if there's going to be a wipe or anything. I know official could definitely use it, but I know that's kind of a stinky topic for most. But I'm cool either way. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll be over on Xbox. The Series X is what we'll be playing on. And yeah, it's going to be a good time, and hopefully we can test out these changes, and if we find anything, maybe we can send it off to Bohemian and they can address some of the issues too. That'd be great. So yeah, if you found this useful, helpful, be sure to drop a like, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video / live stream. Love ya. Bye! Let's see if we can land a shot before we gotta go, right? Probably not. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I did! Okay, bye!